Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. We've got some important things to talk about today. First and foremost, I just want to go over one of the most powerful signals in my tool set, the Wave PM Cross. So, first we're going to do a brief talk about that, and then we're going to get a little bit more in depth to actual, Bitcoin analysis. Yeah. So, managed to take, I believe, actually, I want to figure out the exact percentage profit I took on this trade. And I exited at 1150, so I got about a 78% gain here. And that was the highlight of my year so far. Made a lot of money on this trade call. And let's talk about why this was such a good chart. It's called betting on potential energy, okay? If you have a Bollinger Band squeeze, but you have a Bollinger Band squeeze on 4 different periods and on multiple time frames, okay? So we had this signal right here, and then we actually had the same signal on the 4-hour chart right here. We actually got net expansion all in the same direction, and actually this signal here as well. So the daily signal happened here on March 1st, and then a few days later we had the same signal on the 4-hour chart on March 4th. Okay? And all that net expansion at the same time, well, think about this. If you have short-term mass accelerating faster than long-term mass, it kind of topples like dominoes. It's a chain effect. Imagine you have... I don't have a good analogy for this. Wow, that's just the first. Imagine you have balls, literal balls, of varying different sizes that are all connected by a rope, and you push the first one over a hill, right? Really, you're not going to expect the first one tumbling down the hill to trigger the last right away, are you? No. You're going to expect the one that weighs 5 pounds to trigger the one that weighs 6 pounds to trigger the one that weighs 7 pounds. And then eventually, well, that little 5-pound ball eventually managed to get the 200-pound ball to roll as well. And that's exactly what's happening here. Or rather, past tense, what happened here. So, when we had the 14 period accelerating fast, well, it causes all the other periods to slowly gain momentum as well. And this is visualized really nicely with 3D Wave PM. Right? The more blue you have in an area, the higher the potential energy for that section. And right here through March, look at that. It was just net compression across the board. It was very convincing that we were going to get, sustained trending once those dominoes started toppling. And lo and behold, once we actually start to transfer over to warmer colors, and now all this red here, well, that's actually the generation of energy. It's mass, it's trend. So we actually caught the exact bottom of this trend, and it is just astounding. If I actually had a pretty good position size, which I exited here on the 3.2 standard deviation tag, and then I kept 20% of my portfolio in as long as the trend was, sustained, right? And goodness gracious, I never be upset about profit, but this is one of the scenarios where I am upset about profit, because if I had kept my entire position size and I exited at 1150, which was just half of the pump, right, I would have made about 5 Bitcoin, roughly. So a little sore from that, but profit is profit. From the remaining 20% here, I'm going to be able to pay for a lot of advertising with that much money. So I'm pretty giddy about that, and, good things are to come. And entertainingly enough, I actually saw this signal trigger on Blaze as well, and that was another trade call I had. We could dig through this and find it, but I released a lot of trade calls. This is the VIB one right here. All right, so I'm just going to hit play. And then we actually had the secondary take profit target at 1211, and the estimated time for that was 2 months, and we did it in 1 month, which is, I'm pretty ecstatic about that. And then the other trade call was Blaze BLZ, and that might be buried a far deeper. Wow, okay, I found it. Right, Guess what signal we saw on this one? It's the exact same thing. High potential energy across the board, with short-term mass accelerating over long-term mass. And lo and behold, well, this one's still going, actually. That's... kind of forgot about that. I wish I was still in this one as well, but I actually took super early profit on this one at first take profit. That's my own fault. But entertainingly enough, because I saw how well Blaze was performing, I figured, well, I'm going to do a larger position size on Fib as well. So it was actually... it worked out really well for me. Because every time I see this signal from now on, well, I'm going to do a very large position size on it. Because, well, the consistency has been proven. Beautiful, beautiful. Wave PM is a powerful tool. I'm very happy with it. So let's talk about Bitcoin now. It's probably why you came to this video anyway. I got mixed feelings here, my friends. So on the daily chart, longest overextended period is 250. We are seeing that mean reversion condition play out right now. And because of the aggressive slope of the 200 mean, well, it is viable for the mean to travel down to meet price. And I am inclined to believe we are going to see further downside here. A retest of the weekly 200 MA is necessary for this upcoming scenario, at least on the macro perspective, right? And I'm on the wrong ticker to actually look at the weekly 200, so let's pop over to the BLX. Nice. So, just from a basic volume analysis perspective, what is it called when you have an uptrend but decreasing volume? It's a bearish signal. So if we have bullish movement with reducing volume, well, it implies trend reversal, at least in the short term. And if we actually look at the previous crash pattern, we did exactly this. Bounce, 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 bounce. Kind of like that, right? It took a damn long time for that to actually play out. So, I mean, if you just keep a short futures contract, when are shorts expiring right now? June, I think. Just try to take profit on the weekly 200 and long from the weekly 200. That should do rather well for you. So let's actually go back to the standard Bitcoin chart. Let's talk about 4 hour and 1 hour. I've got mixed feelings. I got a stop loss around here, above the local high of the range. Yeah, it does concern me just a bit. I'm still short for now. Probably had my opportunity to take profit here when the new mean reversion condition for the short-term generated mass took place. I didn't because I had no internet. I couldn't check charts. I couldn't log into my account. It was concerning, to say the least. But I guess I'm not liquidated. Actually, I haven't even checked. I'm just still in the short position. And I'm still shorting TRX as well. I just have those positions open. Right? And, well, from this cozy perspective, okay, good news. We have a compressing range. Let's actually define it. That much I can actually do. Our long store expanded period, this is kind of nice because this would generate some weird volatility overhead, but miraculously it's the same period. So 90. Let's actually look at the 90 period so we can get a good understanding of this. Nice, okay. We actually have a bearish mean reversion condition active, so staying in my short position is actually good. Right, we will retrace exactly to the 90 mean before any kind of upward trend can continue. I am very confident about that piece of information. Mean reversions are true 95% of the time. Again, it is going to be very difficult for this trade to fail. Important one side note, the probability volatility at the top edge of the band is sloping upward. So that means the short condition can still be active, even though price could technically trickle along up the top side of this band. So I'm actually going to have to adjust my stop loss just above that entire pivot as time goes on, right? Because it's still a bearish condition even if the price goes up because of the slope of probability volatility, which from a risk management perspective is not ideal. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I like taking mean reversion conditions or the shorts from the opposite side of the band. They do very well. Yeah, although they are a rather rare condition. I'm going to see if I can find one. Or the compressing range from the opposite side of the band. No. See, this is actually a pretty good example, like where I was just talking about here, where we actually have a, let's identify the period, hopefully it's still 90. It is still 90. That's nice. So, we re-enter the band at this location, right? And then look at this, the aggressive downward slope, like so. Well, we have the same compressing period. Mean reversion to this mean needs to happen before any kind of new trend can begin. That's what's really cool about this, because even though price did this, well, it would take an unrealistic amount of force to push price outside the band, wouldn't it? So trend cannot continue. This, I'm absolutely sure this dump here faked a lot of people out, but it would have required an unrealistic amount of force to actually continue that downward trend. So I actually took a long position down here, and that treated me very well. Why? Because the mean reversion condition had not met. We had a compressing band. Look at this aggressive slope, guys. God. And the re-expansion would have been too difficult. It's a pretty cool chart, not gonna lie. And then, of course, lo and behold, guess what we got? Reversion to the mean, and then a lateral chop that I didn't trade for an entire week. But that's my Bitcoin analysis. To sum it up, TLDR, price needs to revert to the 90 mean before trend can continue. Okay? Bap! Just like that. Although, really, again, it can still be a lateral move. The mean can travel up to meet price. Do keep that in mind. It is technically a mean reversion compressing condition, and that means price will not leave these pivots until this turns green. The 90 period needs to turn green. Okay? That's the magic. That's it. That's all I have to say. That's all I'm doing here. Okay? I'm pretty happy with that. There's nothing else I want to talk about. It has been a pleasure. This has been Dad Shark. I would like you to like and subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, send me food. I'm hungry. Just got back from the gym. Okay, later. Yeah, I ordered a headphone jack today. Amazon's been really screwy with my packages lately. Gonna be honest. They keep on sending things marked as other things. So I ordered some water globes for my plants the other day, and it said it arrived like a week ago. And then I ordered another package, a headphone jack. Then I get an email saying the headphone jack has arrived, and it's actually the water globes in the mail. It's very annoying. I'm pretty upset with that. XPD. All right, yeah, I'll do that. Palladium. Oh boy, I predicted this shit. I'm just gonna start a new section on this live stream called Dad Shark Told You So. Okay, it's not doing what I want. Let's, I think it might be in the premium chat channel. Let's find it. It's down here somewhere. I took a screenshot of it. I don't know. I know if I just Google 3.2 or search 3.2, it'll pull it up. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Yeah, it's gonna be really back here, isn't it? Sorry, folks. Just give me a second here. Here it is. 3.2 standard deviation tag might be a good short at exactly 1551. Right here. Yeah. At this location, we defined that Palladium was a good short. I didn't take it. I was right and I made no money off of it, so that's kind of stupid. Kind of upset about that. Really, if you just took a look at that monthly chart, like, really? Tagging the 3.2 standard deviation on the monthly chart when there's that much generated mass, whew! Yeah, that was a great short op. I wish I took that. Because we are going to really retrace on this bad boy. Kind of too late for a short entry, but a bearish outlook for sure. Okay, what's next? Oh, actually, you should probably check the YouTube comments. Haven't done that yet. Okay. We're seeing the same high potential energy on F? No, absolutely not. I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. What the Oh, I'm on the monthly chart. Huh! That's funny. FUSD. I want to look at BIF next. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, really, that's kind of cool. Look at that. Who knows? Let's check out the daily. Oh my god. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to set an alert for that. Oh my god. That's a groovy signal. Wave PM. Band 1 oscillator crossing up. Wave PM. Band 3 oscillator. Boom, baby. Yeah, no, daily wave PM cross here on Ethereum. That's going to be huge. That's going to be the same signal we see on Vib and Blaze. When that triggers, I'm FOMOing into it. I affectionately refer to this signal as the FOMO signal. So as soon as that triggers, well, that's going to be good news. I need a glass of water. I'll be right back. Okay, time to look at RLC. No, but really, there's a lot of potential energy here. I just want that signal to hit on the daily chart, and that's going to be golden. Really. Man, this is a great chart. Although, really, I'm not going to bet on anything. Or rather, I'm not going to bet on potential energy until it actually triggers. Just betting on potential energy before it actually hits, well, that's risky. Because it could be downward expansion. You never know. Okay, let's check out RLC. RLCBTC. Okay, we could probably do a quad CCI entry here. Oh, this could really pop. Although identifying the swing low looks to be difficult here. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. See, there's you need to make an assumption on this kind of chart, and that's what makes it problematic. You need to identify one of two things. Is this going to be a parabola, or is this going to be a static trend? And if it's going to be a static trend and you bet that's parabola, well then you're screwed. Right? So our only bet here is to define net expansion to actually re-enter this trade. So we're actually just going to do the same signal on wave PM here. Yeah, band 1 oscillator crossing up, wave PM, and 3 oscillator. Okay, that should also be an effective signal. Recommendation to look at that. Let's check it out. I don't see anything on the 1 hour. It's kind of looking like at the beginning of a parabola here. Could be spectacular. Let's try the daily as well. Pen, this wave PM cross is happening above the 0.7 value, which is bad. And then you have a lot of short energy based on people's assumptions of the static resistance level, which is bad. That's really bad. Yeah, you see that? I would not bet against that. Right? I'm not a believer in static support and resistances unless you have such a defined channel on a very macro level time frame. I don't know. I'm guessing we'll wake up to the 3.2 standard deviation, just like we did here, here, and here. And then see another cycle of retracement. I think it's too late, Pen. I'm sorry. Not a good chart. John says howdy. Yeah, okay, hi. I'm doing well, thank you. That's what howdy means. How do you do? It's abbreviation. An abbreviation, Jesus. Live stream questions. Effin, are you watching? If you are, I'll do your coins. If not, I won't. It's too soon, man. It's not a good trade. Kicking myself for not taking that Palladium short. I'll take out Sky. I don't see any signs of the range breaking. If we see this retraces and we actually find support and we get some slope on the mean period volatility, sure, I'll bet on it. But until then, no. So let's just set an alarm so I don't forget about it. Just a static price support line. Let's do 297. Okay, if that retracement value hits, cool. And I'm going to be really laggy on this one, I'll be honest. Because we already had a fake out twice, 3 times. Technically 3 times, but I wouldn't consider that a fake out because of the previous compressing volatility. So, I need to see the 200 band slope up. That's my requirement here. It's a good alt season though, I'll be honest. We got a super good idea here. Look at that. Oh my god. Shapes. The glory of shapes. Huh. That's gonna get him far. I came up with a pretty good idea the other day. It's buried in here somewhere. Here it is. To anyone who uses trend lines and nothing else to trade, repeat after me. I believe I can outperform some of the smartest, most well-equipped investors in the world with a millennia worth of collective experience by drawing lines on a chart that even a child could draw. Okay? That's what trendline trading is, folks. It's betting that you can outperform institutional investors with lines. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Okay. I'm gonna go hiking. I'm gonna look at GBP USD. I'm gonna be gone. I'm leaving. Okay. That's bearish. That's a bearish signal. That's downward acceleration right here. Yeah, I would actually expect support to break here. We're probably going to see a brief retracement and then trend continuation. Okay. Okay, folks, this has been fun. I'll talk to you all later. Sean Trotter says, I do, including you. I'll put mine on the table every time crap is talked about my lines. Yeah, dude. I honestly believe it's delusional to think we can outperform institutional investors with analysis like this. It is. Look at this. It's biased projection. You take what you want to happen and you project it on a chart. That's what trend lines are. Unless you're doing Wyckoff analysis with volume analysis right beside it, sure, you can do that, but it's only going to work on traditional markets. Right? If you want to use trend lines, do so. Just make sure you're doing so in a regulated market. Okay? Trend lines are going to do great over here. Like this is what I talked about in my video yesterday. Look at this. You can draw trend lines to quite some success. You can draw accumulation zones with quite some success. Right? Why? Why do trend lines work over here? Well, because it's a regulated market and things perform the way you would expect them. If you want to use trend lines, go play in a regulated market. That's my advice. Right? You can actually do really well with trend lines over here. Why? Well, because things move in a more standardized, predictable manner. Okay? Trends, pitchforks, oh my god. If you want to use the quote-unquote golden standard of technical analysis, do so where it will work. So that's the thing, guys. If you want to use breakout patterns, trend lines, and lagging indicators, this is good. Go use it over here. It's not going to work in crypto. It's not going to work in Forex. All right? If you use them in trending markets, obviously you're going to be right because it's a trending market. That's not the case for crypto and Forex. All right, folks, this has been fun. I'll talk to y'all later. You have a beautiful day. Like and subscribe. See you later.